Good day, warriors. I'm Goti, your press officer from Server 73, here to break down the biggest showdown in Infinity Kingdom, the Illusion Battlefield Prime League. So, what's IBL? It's where the best alliances across servers fight for the title of Supreme Alliance. The goal? Rack up 100,000 Violet Breath points by capturing towers and outsmarting the opposition. If no one hits 100k, the team with the highest score after an hour wins, and in a tie, power decides it all. The competition is fierce, with months of battles in the pre-league and playoffs. Only the smartest strategies and strongest teamwork will survive. Today, we've got a heavyweight showdown in the Illusion Battlefield League that's guaranteed to keep you on the edge of your seats. It's the battle of S38's VEX versus S73's BUNS, two seasoned titans fighting for supremacy. VEX is 38's Blue Alliance. This team isn't just strong, they're legendary, with a mix of players from AOW, SSQ, and their own ranks. VEX has been a dominant force since the inception of the Illusion Battlefield League. They clinched 3rd place last season and, like everyone else, have their sights firmly set on the crown. Their roster is stacked with star players, Hades and Persephone, the powerhouse pair who've captained 3 championship-winning teams. MC, the seasoned IKDC vet, and for a little flair, the dynamic duo Honda, Toyota and Fellas, ready to roast their competition. On the yellow side, we've got BUNS from Server 73, a team just as hungry for victory. They've placed 3rd in multiple seasons, but last season saw them heartbreakingly denied a spot in the finals by Server 38. This season, they're bringing fire, aiming for nothing less than number 1. Today, their notable players are the PO Squad, Fictions, Dande, Broly and myself. And who could forget Mike, IKDC's infamous band boy, here to do what he does best and make some trouble. BUNS has the numbers advantage, starting with 40 players, giving them a slight edge over VEX, who are starting the match with 35 players. 2 juggernauts, 1 battlefield, both with a storied history of podium finishes, but still chasing the ultimate glory. Will VEX's seasoned veterans outsmart their rivals, or will BUNS turn their numbers advantage into a decisive victory? Alright, let's talk about starting formations. These aren't just random placements, they're carefully crafted plans that can decide who controls the tower and who walks away empty-handed. The goal is simple: occupy the tower before your opponent does. Proper positioning ensures you can apply skills effectively, speeding up the capture, leaving your rivals scrambling to catch up. Strategic formations also allow you to disrupt enemy movements. By placing your units in key positions, you can delay or block their approach, buying precious time to secure the tower. It's all about balance. Deploying attack units gives you the firepower to overwhelm opponents, while support units provide sustainability and tactical boosts like healing or faster occupation speed. Let's take a closer look at how BUNS and VEX manage their opening formations in this epic showdown. BUNS starts the match with 11 units heading to Tower 1, deploying 4 attack units and 4 support units. A smart mix for a sustained strategy, but they've hit a snag. 2 self-blocks and 1 block by VEX have delayed their march, costing them precious time. However, here's the kicker: quick occupy. The support talent in their arsenal could make all the difference. If even a handful of those support units activate quick occupy, it increases their occupation speed by 1 point per second. When stacked with other members, that can skyrocket occupation progress to a maximum of 6 points per second. If BUNS clears their deployment blocks and coordinates quick occupy effectively, they could seize Tower 1 before VEX can fully solidify their position. That talent isn't just support, it's a time turner, and time is everything. On the red side, VEX is coming out swinging with 12 units, heavily leaning into offense with 5 attack units. Their strategy is clear: overwhelm Tower 1 with raw firepower and secure early control. But here's where they may struggle. They've skipped support units entirely, which means no access to quick occupy. While their attack power can clear the battlefield, capturing the tower will still take time. Without a way to accelerate the occupation gauge, they risk losing momentum if BUNS deploys quick occupy to full effect. It's a bold move by VEX, betting everything on brute strength, but in a game where every second counts, will their gamble pay off? My predicted outcomes: If BUNS can activate and stack Quick Occupy, they could turn the tide at Tower 1, even with the initial deployment setbacks. The support-heavy approach is built for sustainability, and Quick Occupy adds a layer of tactical brilliance. For VEX, it's all about hitting hard and fast. Their lack of support units means they need to take out BUNS forces quickly or risk losing the tower to a coordinated Quick Occupy stack. So the question is, will BUNS leverage their support talents to snatch Tower 1? Or will VEX's relentless aggression be too much to handle? One thing's for sure, this battle is about to explode. And Quick Occupy, that might just be the ace in the hole. Over here at Tower 4, BUNS has deployed 12 units, but here's the kicker, they've gone with 0 support units. That means no Quick Occupy, no healing. This is all-out aggression, leaning on 3 attack units to do the heavy lifting, but, and it's a big but, VEX has blocked 3 of their units. That's a significant chunk of their forces stuck in limbo, leaving their offense isolated and unsupported. Without the ability to speed up occupation or recover quickly, BUNS might find themselves in a tough spot here. The question is, can BUNS' raw firepower push through, or has their gamble on aggression left them exposed? Now, let's talk about VEX. They've deployed 11 units, slightly fewer than BUNS, but they're playing smart. With 2 support units in the mix, they've got access to Quick Occupy, a game-changing talent that can stack and accelerate their occupation speed. On top of that, they've brought 4 attack units ready to push BUNS back and dominate the field. And those 3 blocks on BUNS, that's just chef's kiss, disrupting their opponent's flow and giving VEX the upper hand right out of the gate. It's a balanced approach with just enough aggression and strategy to keep BUNS on the back foot. Will it be enough to claim Tower 4 decisively? Time will tell. My predicted outcomes. If you're asking me, VEX is in a strong position to secure Tower 4. Their support units and blocking strategy give them the edge they need to take control early. BUNS will need a miracle, or at least some lightning-fast coordination to turn this one around. So, will VEX lock down this tower with tactical brilliance, or can BUNS rally their forces and claw back control? This one's going to be intense, folks, so don't blink. Now we turn our attention to the central tower, the crown jewel of the battlefield. This is where battles are won, legends are made, and glory is claimed. Let's take a closer look at how BUNS and VEX are setting the stage for what could be a game-changing confrontation. BUNS has arrived at the central tower with one thing in mind: dominance. They've deployed 11 units with a massive 6 attack units leading the charge. These heavy hitters are built to crush opposition and take control of the tower fast. But wait, they've also brought 3 support units, and you know what that means? Quick Occupy is in play. If BUNS can stack those talents, they'll accelerate the occupation gauge and lock this tower down before VEX can mount a serious challenge. This is an aggressive all-in strategy, and so far, it looks like BUNS means business. Will their calculated mix of brute force and tactical finesse be enough to secure the central tower? Stay tuned, it's about to get heated. Now let's talk about VEX. They're taking a more calculated approach here with only 9 units deployed. Among them are 2 attack units clearly aimed at slowing BUNS down, and 2 support units likely counting on Quick Occupy or healing to keep themselves in the fight. But here's the thing, 2 attack units against BUNS 6? That's a tough sell. VEX appears to be conserving resources, potentially fortifying other objectives while testing BUNS' resolve at the central tower. It's a risky strategy, but if they can stall BUNS long enough, they might force them to overextend and lose their momentum. Will this tactical gamble pay off, or is VEX playing with fire? We're about to find out. My predicted outcomes. If I were a betting goat, and trust me, I always am, I'd say this tower is BUNS to lose. Their 6 attack units are poised to dominate, and with Quick Occupy in play, they could secure the central tower early and force VEX into reactive play. That said, VEX is no stranger to clever tactics. If they can stall BUNS or force them to overcommit resources, they could still flip the script. But for now, the central tower looks like it's firmly in BUNS' grasp. And there you have it, the stage is set and the starting formations are locked in. Both alliances have laid out their strategies, carefully positioning their forces to claim victory. But the real question is, will these plans hold up when the chaos of battle begins? Let's find out. The match began with both teams showcasing their strategic prowess. At 3 minutes and 57 seconds, BUNS made an early statement by securing Tower 1, gaining a foothold in the north. Meanwhile, Tower 2 turned into a tactical battle when VEX chose to send troops instead of engaging directly. By 9 minutes and 49 seconds, VEX finally captured their home tower, and the BUNS disruptor was able to complete their objective. Over at Tower 4, VEX showed early dominance, capturing it at 5 minutes and 17 seconds. However, BUNS quickly applied pressure and pushed back VEX's defenses, stealing Tower 4 at 17 minutes and 13 seconds in a dramatic turn of events. Meanwhile, Tower 3 became a focal point. VEX made an early attempt to steal Tower 3, with VEX teleporting in to block reinforcements at 12 minutes and 15 seconds, but BUNS retaliated, clearing VEX's forces by 19 minutes and 3 seconds. This kept the tower under BUNS control, despite several infiltration attempts. Tower 2, the tides turned yet again. BUNS mounted an infiltration at 44 minutes, teleporting 5 players to the tower. Their persistence paid off at 45 minutes and 2 seconds, with a spectacular steal that left VEX scrambling to send reinforcements from spawn. The late game was defined by relentless aggression and bold moves. Tower 4 saw a series of back-and-forth exchanges, with VEX recapturing it at 22 minutes and 58 seconds after a fierce push. Despite disruptions from BUNS at 38 minutes and 40 seconds, VEX maintained their hold on Tower 4 until the match's end. Over at Tower 1, the action reached fever pitch in the final minutes. VEX launched a coordinated push with 7 players at 40 minutes, attempting to wrest control from BUNS. Teleports flew as both sides reinforced their positions, with BUNS valiantly blocking incoming VEX at 40 minutes and 49 seconds. By 49 minutes, VEX had a foothold, but the clock ran out with the tower still contested, only seconds away from a potential VEX steal. As the dust settled, BUNS emerged victorious with 100,000 points, doubling VEX's score of 45,400. They secured Tower 2, Tower 3, and the central tower, while VEX managed to hold Tower 4 and contest Tower 1 in a nail-biting finish. Now for Notes by Goatee, where we spotlight key mistakes from the match and explore how they could have been avoided. After all, even the strongest teams can learn and grow. Let's dive into the lessons from this epic battle and uncover what could have shifted the tide. At Tower 2, a critical misstep by a VEX player set the tone early. Rather than prioritizing the destruction of an incoming BUNS relocation castle, they focused on sending marches into the tower. This decision gave the BUNS player the opportunity to establish the relocation point, redirect 6 VEX players to Tower 2, and completely disrupt VEX's momentum. As a result, VEX couldn't fully capture the tower until nearly 10 minutes into the match, a costly delay that set them back significantly. What they should have done: prioritize destroying the relocation before it was built. This would have wasted several minutes of BUNS time, limiting their ability to deploy reinforcements and reducing the pressure on Tower 2. It's a simple but impactful way to maintain control and keep the momentum. Now, this is a mistake both teams committed. Throughout the match, players with low prosperity often went unnoticed. These weakened players strategically relocated further away from the action, where they could quietly add their marches to rallies. By not clearing them out, players allowed each other to continue reinforcing key objectives and maintain their stronghold. What they should have done Stay focused on clearing low prosperity players, even if it takes a few extra seconds. Removing them from the battlefield entirely prevents them from contributing to rallies or providing additional pressure. It's better for the team's overall objective and reduces long-term disruptions. Teleporting while low on prosperity is a tactical misstep that weakens your presence at critical objectives. Low prosperity means you're an easy target, and it's harder to sustain your role in the fight. This leads to wasted teleports and reduced effectiveness. What they should have done, when you're low on prosperity, strategically allow yourself to get zeroed and teleport from spawn with full prosperity. It will take a few minutes for you to respawn. However, once that finishes, this gives you more staying power, ensuring you can complete your objective without being forced out of the fight prematurely. These mistakes highlight the importance of strategic focus and resource management in Illusion Battlefield. By addressing these areas, every team can strengthen their performance and reduce the chances of costly setbacks in future matches. Remember, every second counts, and even small adjustments can make a big difference in securing victory. And that's a wrap on this epic showdown, warriors. The Illusion Battlefield Prime League never fails to deliver nail-biting action, and this clash between VEX and BUNS was no exception. From strategic brilliance to unforgettable plays, this match had it all. If you love the breakdown, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. What were your favorite moments? Who are you backing to take the crown? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for more thrilling match recaps, and until then, stay sharp, stay strategic, and see you next time.